now it's time for this Friday morning's edition of Children's GBC with George Buxton. Oh, and I'm so glad that he enjoyed his birthday about a few days ago.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Children's GBC on a Friday morning. Well, we have loads of more programs today. Oh, and just to give you a heads up, I sure hope that you enjoyed some previous programs that we've had on Wednesday, and I'm glad that my birthday was such a success. And I even been out to Weatherspoons for a birthday meal. Well, with my parents, of course. But anyway, so that's enough of a birthday now. Now let's just move on to the first program of the day. At the first program this time, it's Harry Jeremy, and I certainly do not mean a certain armpit. And even I know that sometimes no hairbet always likes to say that, you know. But hey, it's better than nothing. So here's Harry Jeremy, and in today's episode, Self-Raising Flower.
What do you say? He's not a superhero, nor a poet, or a king. He doesn't drive a car or do much of anything, but he's Harry.
Scary? No, Harry.
That was Harry Jeremy. But I'm so glad that nobody just said George's hairy armpits for once. Well, not this time, because No Hair had to stay at home, really, because he's retired from saying it. Well, not for long, anyway. But anyways, that's Harry Jeremy, in which he's already had a turn at Self-Raising Flower. So now moving on to the next programme now, and we're going to be at the 10th stop, in which there was a story regarding about taking care of a baby, but whilst one parent is away for a day, but other babysitters had to come and stop the baby from crying so much and trying to make the baby laugh. Well, I'm sure you'll soon find out in this episode of Playdays. So, enjoy.
The play bus! But where does it go? Where does it stop? What's the sign of the lollipop? Stop! It's the 10th stop.
Hello.
Hi.
We're getting ready for today's story, and it's all about a baby that... Today's story is all about a baby that...
We will. Till next time. Goodbye!
That was Playdays. Well, mind you, now I'm so glad that Poppy and Peggy Bash has learned all about taking care of babies. Only when some children get older and have and then they became parents. So yeah, that was a bit of a good advice though. So anyway, moving on from Playdays and into a certain playroom of King Rollo, and today he's reading a certain comic, which is probably at the breakfast table, no doubt. Or he could be reading it anywhere. Well, just like me, what I'm going to do right now, whilst you enjoy watching King Rollo as he reads a comic. Enjoy. Well, I better get read it. Cue titles.
George, we're still on 8.
Oh my goodness. I'm terribly sorry, everybody, and thanks, George, for reminding me, though. And that was King Rollo. Well, I'm so glad that he has enjoyed reading a comic, yeah, despite getting distracted, like I did just now. Yeah, because obviously, if you're wondering why this has looked like a comic, yeah, don't worry, folks. This is not real, you know. I was just pretending, okay? Now, anyways, moving on from King Rollo, and moving on to Bodger and Badger now. And today, there is a sudden return of Mavis, who is now playing as Mavis and the Finger Poppers. But will Mavis be able to see Bodger and Badger again? Well, let's find out. And if I can do it myself... Right, off we go then.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Oh, no!
Only kidding. Badger!
Everybody knows Badger loves mashed potatoes. Makes them into shapes and eats them every day. Bodger and Badger, Bodger and Badger. La 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 la. Everywhere he goes, Bodger always knows. Badger and his badger mates is never far away. Bodger and Badger, Bodger and Badger. La 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 la. Bodger and Badger are never far away.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Oh, no.
Just joking. Swah, swah, swah. Ruffle, 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 ruffle. Oops. Sorry, I think I stole Microsoft Sam's line there. Don't worry, it's just a little joke. Sorry, I was just pretending to be Badger, really, because I'm very good at this Badger voice. Anyways, as I was saying, now, that was Bodger and Badger. Well, I'm so glad that Badger was okay, though, because otherwise, Simon Bodger and his pet Badger would have been sacked for sure. But of course, he wasn't sacked until Series 3, which it will happen at a later date. But right now on Children's GBC, it's time to join the Greediosaurus gang, in which today, Piggy paints a portrait. I wonder what sort of portrait would that be? Let's find out.
Greediosaurus, do you think he's Saurus? Do you think he's gonna eat my lunch? He's a hungry beast, looking for a feast, only happy when he hears that crunch. Greedy, 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 Greediosaurus. Greedy, greedy, only happy when he hears that crunch. Greedy, 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 Greediosaurus. Greedy, greedy, only happy when he hears that crunch. Only happy when he hears that crunch. Only happy when he hears that crunch.
Greediosaurus had a cousin called Stinkysaurus. It was going to be Stinky's birthday.
And that was the Greediosaurus gang. Yeah, because what I didn't realise, there were some green dinosaurs. And there was one dinosaur who has painted a lovely portrait. But I can't tell you what that is, because you've probably seen that episode. You probably might know this by now. But anyways, that's the Greediosaurus gang. So, coming up next on Children's GBC, and it's time for... Oh yeah, it's time for the Funny Bones. And in today's episode, Give a Dog a Bone. Yeah, because I mean, it's not like the old man's playing knick-knack on his drum, as it's from a nursery rhyme. But anyways, here's Funny Bones anyway.
This is how the story begins. In a dark, dark town, there was a dark, dark street. In the dark, dark street, there was a dark, dark house. In the dark, dark house, there were dark, dark stairs. Down the dark, dark stairs, there was a dark, dark cellar. And in the dark, dark cellar, some skeletons lived.
funny bones. Well, mind you, I'm so glad that Big and Little Skeleton has given a dog a bone. Yeah, I guess that's what the episode was called. But anyways, moving on from the skeleton world of Funny Bones and moving on into Manchester, where the Sooty & Co shop takes place. And in today's episode, Bubble Trouble, in which today Sweep learns on how to create a very own special bubble mixture. But will it be successful? Let's find out.
Hey ho, it's Sooty and Co. Everybody say hello. There's Sooty and Sweep. Be short-lived till then. Bye bye everybody. Bye bye. See you again soon. Bye bye. Yay! Everything's yeah.
And that was Sooty & Co. Well, mind you, I'm so glad that some things do go very well, but sadly not very much though. But anyways, you get the picture, because I know that Sweep got it more than he bargained for. So now moving on from Manchester, that's Great Britain, and all the way to France to meet up with Albert the Fifth Musketeer. And in today's episode, there is a certain King of Thieves. And I'm not referring Aladdin and the King of Thieves, mind you. It's just probably with Albert. Because otherwise it would have been called Albert and the King of Thieves. Get it? Tough crowd. Anyways, here's Albert anyway.
With clever inventions, you know his intentions to help whenever he can. If you want something sorted like enemies thwarted, then Albert is your man. His name is Albert. Albert, he's Albert the Fifth Musketeer. Albert, he's Albert the Fifth Musketeer. He's sharp, he's cool, he's nobody's fool. He's Albert the Fifth Musketeer.
And that was Albert the Fifth Musketeer. Yeah, but I'm so glad that the King of Thieves are in French jail now. So moving on from France and all the way into a cartoon. Now, this time, it's all about a certain little girl who loves to draw, colour, and anyways, drawing anything that she likes, really. So anyways, here's Penny Crayon, and in today's episode, Treasure, a.k.a. Treasure Hunt.
Can draw anything she likes, like cats and dogs and crocodiles and juggernauts and mice. But Penny's magic drawings are not like any other. They walk and talk and come to life, creating lots of bother. Scribble in black clothes, draw a scarecrow, tatty clothes, pencils, crayons, big fat pen, rub it out and start again. Penny Crayon can draw anything she wishes, like horses, cows, rhinoceros, and plates of chips and fishes. But Penny Crayon's drawings come alive quite magically, causing lots of trouble. Just you watch and see.
That was Penny Crayon. Yeah, I'm so glad that the treasure was being found. Now, anyways, moving on from Penny Crayon and into the laughing stock of the two Chuckle Brothers. And in today's episode, forget Indiana Jones, which you might be seeing later on in this morning's film later. Anyways, forget Indiana Jones, and now moving on to
Indiana Chuckles.
Oh yes, that's it. Now, forget Indiana Jones. It's Indiana Chuckles. Well, to me, to you, to me, and to the boulder. Woo! Anyways, here's Chuckle Vision. And that was Chuckle Vision. Yeah, but I didn't realise that they're both dressed up like Indiana Jones. Because otherwise, one would be Indiana Jones Senior and one other one would be Indiana Jones Junior. Weird, isn't it? I mean, there is a certain program called Young Indiana Jones. If you haven't checked it out yet, yeah, feel free to find it, either on VHS or DVD. And I'm sure you'll find it. But anyways, that's all there is for today on Children's GBC. And don't forget that later on this afternoon, that George Buxton will be doing some more programmes later on this afternoon. So make sure you keep an eye out for that, and I will see you again very soon. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.
You're watching GTV, and now it's time for today's episode of Neighbours! Happy birthday, George Buxton! Yay! No, I only had my birthday a couple of days ago. Sorry. Happy birthday to George. Happy birthday to George. Happy birthday, dear George, who is a 2,000-year-old man. Ah! Get out of here! Oh. Here's today's episode of Neighbours.